Welcome. Let's come to a comfortable seated position. We'll start our practice. Go ahead and take a moment to settle into your cushion. And one of the things you might want to try to do when you're kind of arriving onto your mat and settling in is just maybe a little side to side, a little forward and back, just to really make sure your sit bones are grounded and you feel supported by your legs or your feet. And then relax your shoulders and take a moment to close the eyes. Allow the breath to move steadily through the nostrils. Nice deep inhale and a slow, gentle exhale. Feel the lengthening of the spine, and as you ground the sit bones down, you start to notice the rib cage and the chest lifting. And calmness moving through the body, and a sense of ease. Feel as though you have now arrived. You're here, you're present. We'll take a few more breaths here, kind of honoring this space. And with the next exhale, we'll release the chin down towards the chest. Very gently, very slowly, creating a little bit of a tilt here in the area of the neck. So you're not rounding with your back, but instead you're just lowering the chin down, creating stretch in the back of the neck. And as you move the chin down, allow the shoulders to pull back and away. Keep the belly drawn in. Keep a sense of presence. And feel whatever sensations rise up in the back of the neck here. And then slowly start to move the chin towards the left shoulder, keeping it tucked under. And then gently back to center, chin towards the right shoulder. And here you can keep your eyes closed, or you can start to blink them open. Kind of moving back and forth, one side to the other. And let's hold it on the left side. So bringing chin towards the left shoulder. The right ear is kind of tilting down towards the earth. Moving that left shoulder back and down, relaxing the hands on your knees or on your lap. And then back to center, and we'll hold it towards the right shoulder. So just stretching out the neck. Feel whatever sensations arise for you here. Make sure you're not rounding through your back, but instead your chest is lifted and your rib cage tall. Nice long spine. And then exhale, slowly come back through the center. Inhale, lift the chin, roll the shoulders back. Take a few moments here. And then we're gonna go into some easy side bending. So let's take the left hand to the floor and the right arm up towards the sky. As we reach up to that right side, start to lean towards the left. You're extending over. Relax the right elbow so that it kind of come over your head, kind of resting onto the right side of your head. And you can keep this left hand close to the body, or if you like, you can slide it away and let yourself kind of come down a little deeper. Feel the extension here to the right side. Be gentle, just warming up. And then inhale, coming back all the way through to center. Reach to that right arm. Exhale, release it down. Same thing on the other side. So inhale, lift up through that left arm. Pull the shoulder back and down. Extend through the fingertips. And then exhale, start to lean. As you start to lean, relax that left elbow. Try to keep the arm kind of over your head, so not in front of you so much, but extended up and over. And then once you're there, you can decide if you want a little deeper. You might want to slide that right hand away and feel that stretch through the entire left side body. Relax the left arm. Feel the stretch in your shoulder, but not necessarily in your extended arm. So when we extend it, it's too much. You're going to start nice and easy. And then inhale, come up, back through to center, release as you extend up to the spine. Exhale, hands down. Good. All right, going for an easy twist. Then we'll go for a forward fold. Right hand to the left knee, left hand comes around. Rotate your torso, look over left shoulder. And if your spine is feeling nice and flexible this morning, you're feeling like you have some range of motion, really just decide to go as deep as your body allows. Take a nice deep inhale and expand the chest, lift the chest, and pull that left shoulder back as you rotate the body. Keep the belly drawn in. And exhale, coming back through the center, then we'll twist the other direction. So left hand on right knee or right thigh, right hand behind you on the floor or on your cushion or on your block, and then gaze over towards the right. Same as on the other side, you want to go as deep as your body allows, not any deeper, so just really pay attention. And you can start the twist very slow and work yourself into it. We're here for just a little bit more moments here. As you inhale, we lengthen the spine. As we exhale, we go a little deeper if you can. Gazing over that right shoulder or just keeping your head straight, depending on how your neck feels today. And then exhale, slowly coming back to center. Inhaling, drawing both arms up, creating lift and length of the spine, reach of the fingertips. Exhale, hands to prayer. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe this time let's look up towards thumbs. Reach and extend through your rib cage. Exhale, hands to prayer. Good. We're going to go into a forward fold before we come to our kneeling position. So remove the cushion from underneath your hips and go ahead and extend your legs out like a V. Make sure that you are still sitting on your sit bones. So a lot of times if we have tightness in the lower back, we kind of tend to tuck under like this, and then we're like trying to reach forward. So place your hands on the floor, lift your butt up, and then tilt your tailbone back so that you can really ground your sit bones into the floor. Remember, those are the 2 bony protrusions at our butts, where our legs meet our butt. And then go ahead and as you flex your feet towards your face, contracting through your quadriceps, this may be enough for you here. You may want to stay with your hands on your shins, or maybe your hands on either side, lifting up the rib cage and finding a tall spine. If you have room here to come forward, you're going to start to tilt forward, lean in. So I like to kind of keep my hands on my legs. It feels grounded here, but you can also bring your hands to the floor in front. Just be very mindful that you're not rounding through your back. So it's that the solar plexus, the rib cage, is expanding up and forward, reaching towards the front. So when I place my hands on my shins or on my ankles, I feel the support of my arms, but I'm not pulling. So we're not trying to pull ourselves here. It's our first forward fold. Let's take it nice and easy. So from here, as we extend the body, inhale, and then exhale, see if you can settle in. And then we're going to kind of move into that inhaling, extending, exhaling, settling in a couple more times. But the settle in just means to relax. Relax into the shape you're now in. Again, inhale, lengthen, extend. You can straighten your arms. And then exhale, see if you can settle in again. Maybe this settling in engages, reaches the hands towards the feet more. And relax the shoulders. Another option for you here, if you wish, is you can let your elbows rest in front, but just remember not to round through your back. Keep the arms, the chest pulling forward. Again, inhale, lengthen once more, create that sense of space, and then exhale, settle in again. Maybe you can go a little deeper, maybe not. Maybe you're still in that same place you started. Wherever you are, allow the breath to continue to flow smoothly and effortlessly through the nostrils. So there's really no tension here. There's a little bit of effort being placed in the forward folding, but once you've created the shape, just settle in. Allow the body to take root. Couple more breaths here. Inhale. See if you can fold any deeper. See if there's any way you can come closer to the floor as you exhale. Keeping the spine straight, keeping the chest lifted. And then inhale, slowly coming all the way back up. Take your time. Hold on to the backs of the knees. Bend your knees. Come, bring your feet together. And let's come to our mat for our tabletop position. So starting on tabletop position, now we're feeling a little bit more warm. Going right into cat and cow. You know me, I love my cat and cows. I think the practice is not complete unless you've done at least a few of those. So inhale, lift up, going into your cow. Exhale, curl under, rounding into your cat. And the first time I get on my mat in the morning, this is my first practice today, everything is just so much more intense. You know, sometimes you feel very stiff, or you feel kind of like there's parts of your body that are being a little louder than the rest. So acknowledge those places as you move, and see if you can breathe any space into the muscle fibers that might be calling for your attention. So whether that's your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, your belly, your abdomen, your arms, whatever it is, your hips, your shoulders, there are fibers of cells there, of tissue, that can use a little bit of room, a little bit of loosening. So move steady. And then we're going to hold our cat pose. We're going to hold our rounded back, press into the arms, fan out the shoulders, separate the shoulder blades here. Draw in through the belly tightly, look towards your hips or towards your pelvis. And then slowly come to flat back and tuck the toes under. Let's press up to downward facing dog. So we find our first downward facing dog of the day here. Separate your feet hip width apart, hands about shoulder width apart. If you're not sure, you kind of need to look and see, okay, that feels shoulder width and this feels hips width. And then you can kind of settle in once you're sure your hands and your feet are in the right place. Your feet are parallel to each other, and your hands are with your middle fingers pointing straight up. So you feel the hands, especially the knuckles and the fingers, palms of the hands, grounded into the earth. If the heels don't quite come down to the floor, that's okay. If the knees need to soften a little bit so you can straighten your spine, again, that's okay. Just breathe through it a couple times. Maybe you can add a little bit of movement, a little swaying, or a little bit of rocking. Whatever feels right for you. Right now for me, I'm feeling nice. My breath is moving nicely here in this stillness. So I'm going to hold here, but feel free to add movement to your downward facing dog, especially the first one. Just settle into it, just like we did in our forward fold. Strong shoulders, strong arms. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Good job. Slowly looking forward between the hands. Let's go ahead and step or walk your feet to the center of your mat. Separate your feet, again, about that same hip width distance apart. Keep your hands, maybe just the fingertips on the floor as you bend your knees. And let's come into a little bit of a squat. So maybe bring the hands to the knees for a moment. What we're trying to do here is to create that length in the spine. So imagine from your tailbone to the top of your head, it's one straight line, right? Like an umbrella. You swallowed an umbrella, it's nice and straight. There's no rounding here. Keep it nice and long and straight. With the knees soft, it takes the hamstrings out of the equation. So the hamstrings aren't working here. Your spine is. So keeping this ability to extend and lift through the spine, engaging into the belly and lifting up through the rib cage. Let's see if we can fold a little deeper. So no straightening of the legs just yet. Just try to get your rib cage onto your thighs. Maybe your hands can come to your feet or to the floor in front of you, or you can keep them kind of in that shape, holding onto your opposite elbows. So you start to work a little bit more here into the legs, and then we're going to relax into it as we start to extend the hips up and begin to straighten the legs. They may not straighten all the way, but if your back begins to round or lift, then you'd rather you soften the knees again. Find that straight spine as much as you can, and then from there start to lengthen. So we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Let's rock side to side. Notice here the movement of the body as it changes from left to right. Maybe a little bit forward and back, kind of lifting, kind of lengthening through the spine and lifting, and then exhale, lowering down, working a little bit into the back muscles and into the backs of the legs. Contract into your quadriceps. When you come back down, one more time, side to side to release. Good. And then we'll go ahead and place the hands on the floor. Lift up through the chest. Let's take the right hand to the center. So you're making a little triangle with your right hand and 2 feet. Right hand is on the floor, stacked right underneath your shoulder. So rock your weight forward a little bit. And then go ahead and take that left arm up for a side twist. Looking over towards left fingertips. Strong right hand. You can also come to your fingertips here on your right hand if you wish. And exhale, let's release that left arm. Slide it through, reach it opposite direction. So your right hand is still on the floor. You're just pulling that left arm through. So it's like a twist, but it's interfering with your right arm. Your right arm is interfering with the twist. So just go as deep as you can. Keep your legs engaged. And then exhale, come back to center. Good. Switch your hands. So left hand now on the floor. Strong left shoulder. Push the floor away. Draw in through belly. Right arm up for your twist. Look up towards right fingertips. Push into the floor with your left hand. Steady your breath. Keep your hips even. And then exhale, let's thread it through. So we're just threading that right arm through. Your left arm is kind of in the way here, so that's okay. Just reach here, still pushing into that left arm. Reach the right fingertips towards the floor. Roll the weight forward a little bit. Keep twisting, keep extending. And exhale, come back to center. Walk the hands to the top of your mat. Walk the feet to the top of your mat. This time, toes and heels together. And slowly round yourself up. One vertebrae at a time, drawing in through your belly. Lengthening through your chest, rolling the shoulders back. Good. Coming to standing. All right, we'll start with your Surya Namaskara. Inhale, arms extend up. Lengthen, reach. Press the feet firmly into the floor. Engage into your thighs. Extend out of your rib cage. Exhale, forward fold. Hinging from the hips, slowly coming down. Hands to the floor on either sides of your feet. And the head relaxes. Try to bring your forehead or your nose to your knees. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Creating a sense of space, opening through the body. Exhale, soften your knees, plant your hands on the floor, easy step back. Just easy step back. Take your time as you step back. Find your high plank. Let's hold our high plank here. Planks are really important for building strength and for generating heat. So that's what we want to do in our warm-up. We want to generate the heat of the body to continue and move into these postures. So hold your high plank, draw in through belly, strong protracted shoulders, hold there. 1, 2, steady breathing. 3, strong legs, engage your core. 4, and 5. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, coming into cobra, or you can press up to your upward facing. And we're going to hold the upward facing here for a moment as well. Separate your feet a little bit and allow your glutes and your legs to relax. So you're feeling like your lower body is grounding down towards the earth. Your chest is lifted, shoulders rolling back, and you're gazing forward, or you're looking up. Steady your breath. Exhale, roll over your toes, draw in tightly through your belly. Come to your downward facing dog. And let's hold here for 5 breaths as well. 1, 2, make sure that your chest is moving in the direction of your thighs. Strong shoulders. 3, strong legs. Lift the sit bones up and back. 4, and 5. Inhale, looking forward. And slowly, gently step or walk your feet forward. Back to the top of your mat, toes and heels together. Lengthen your spine as you create space. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, arms coming up. All the way up towards sky, palms together, reach, extend. Exhale, hands to prayer. Good. Let's go for one more, just like that, warming up the body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, easy step back. Find your high plank and hold. Holding our high plank, separate your feet, but hip width apart. Protract the shoulders, draw in through navel, tuck the tailbone under slightly. Keep pressing up through the shoulders. Strong core, hold it here. Steady breathing. 1, 2, strong fingers, strong knuckles. 3, reach the top of your head forward. Don't let your neck kind of just sink down. Lift it up, find length in your spine. 4. And 5, exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Hold your upward facing again. Swiggle out the hips, wiggle out the legs. Draw in tightly through the belly. Deep stretch in the fronts of your hips, in the psoas a little bit. Draw in tightly through the belly so you can feel your belly drawing in towards your spine as you lift your ribcage, chest, and shoulders. And then finally, maybe looking up. Exhale, curl over the toes. Find your downward facing dog. Hold this one for 5 breaths. So our body should be feeling pretty warm here. After the first 2 Surya Namaskar, usually I start to feel like, oh, okay, I'm ready now. I can start my practice. I can start moving. It's going to be all good. Settle into the breathing. Again, acknowledging any parts of your body that need a little extra care today. And slowly inhale, looking forward between the hands. Easy step or walk your feet forward all the way to the top, toes and heels together, lengthening when you get there. And then exhale, folding deep as your body will allow. Inhale, coming all the way up. Extending palms together, gazing up towards thumbs, shoulders back. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, good job. Let's go back. All right, so come back to your mat. We'll start with our first vinyasa. So let's take a moment here to ground our feet into the floor, arms down by the sides. Bend the knees, and let's come into a little bit of a Utkatasana, just the lower half of the Utkatasana. Knees bent, belly drawn in. Lift the chest, bring your hands to prayer position, open heart, chest. Now hold here for a breath or 2. Ground your feet firmly into the floor. So you're using your back muscles and you're sitting your hips down strong, lengthening up through your rib cage. Exhale, hands to the floor and hips to the ceiling. Let it go. Walk your fingertips slightly forward as you lengthen your spine. We're going to go for a half split. So take your right leg, bend your knee, point your toe up towards the ceiling. We're going to stay here for a moment just to find our balance on the left leg. Make sure your left knee doesn't bend. If it does, see if you can contract your quadricep and lock out your leg as much as you can. Start to extend the right leg up. So the right leg may go all the way straight, it may not. It may not even go very far. So just allow your right leg to lift. By keeping the right hip down, you're just extending through the right leg. You can keep a softness in the right knee, but again, the left leg, your standing leg, should be contracted. When you're ready, exhale and fold yourself all over your left leg. Maybe you can walk your hands towards your left foot, and then once you're there, see if you can kick up higher. Maybe straightening through that right leg. See what happens. And then exhale, bend into your left knee, roll your right foot in, close to the core, kind of create a little bit of a crunch, and exhale, let's go back up. Inhale, curl it in. Exhale, go back up. Inhale, curl it in. Exhale, go back up. Hold it back up again, hold the lift. And then go ahead and lower that right leg all the way down to the floor, coming into your lunge. Move your weight forward and back, straightening through the left leg as you move back. Bending deep into the left knee as you come forward. That back leg stays straight the entire time. So you can use blocks underneath your hands, or like me, you can be on fingertips. If you have pretty flexible legs and spine, maybe you can even bring your palms to the floor. That's a little bit harder. Try it, see what happens. One more. Just do a few here. And then let's hold the back, hold the wide pyramid pose here, walking the hands in towards your body. Again, you can come to your fists, you can be on your fingertips, you can use blocks, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, fold. Chest over that left leg, roll the right hip down, soften into your elbows, steady breath. Inhale, bend the left knee. Go ahead and bring the right knee to the floor, keeping the toes tucked under. Slowly inhale, coming up. Lunge. Lift up through the chest, lift up through the shoulders, press the hips forward and down, creating space here. Opening the heart. Lengthening through the hips, forward and down. Ground the left toe firm into the floor. Easy, steady breathing. Maybe open up the chest more, arching the back, going into a little bit of a back bend. Chin maybe can glide up towards the sky. Gaze up if you want, if that feels good. And exhale, hands to the floor. Good. Straighten left leg again. This time with the right knee on the floor, you might have room to make that left leg a little bit more straighter. Keep the toes pointing down towards the floor, and as we exhale, we fold. So this time when you fold, if you want to walk your hands towards the top of your mat, as you release your spine, that's an option for you. You can also keep the hands in front or underneath your shoulders. Remember that this is your practice. I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but this is your practice. This is for you. You get to decide. You are in the driver's seat. It's not about what I say or how I say it. It's truly just, I'm just the guide. But you choose which direction to go. And then inhale, slowly coming back through to center. So bringing that left knee forward, sliding the hands underneath the foot, taking a moment here to press the hips forward and down. And we're gonna release that right toe. Take both hands to the inside of the left leg. Walk that left leg out to the side and just come into a little bit deeper lunge here. May not feel deeper, but it's a little different with the leg out to the side. And we're gonna bring the right hand, weight to the right hand, and just gently roll over that left pinky toe. So opening out to the side here, looking up. When we practice our vinyasas, it's a matter of just moving with the breath. Really, vinyasa is just moving the body in coordination with the breath. So this is what we're trying to do here. As you inhale, you find space, and as you exhale, you go deeper into your posture, into the twist or into whatever fold you're doing. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Both hands on the floor. Tuck your right toe under. We're gonna try something here a little bit different. Keeping the hands on the inside of that left leg. See if you can slide that left foot up so that it's kind of resting on the back of your left arm. Hold there and breathe. Or if you're feeling tired, just go back to your high plank. So you can be in either position. 1, 2, steady breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Everybody meet back in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Open heart, lift chest. Exhale, downward facing. Hold it out here. Steady the breath. So before we do the other side, we're going to take a little bit of a break. So go ahead and bend the knees, bring the knees to the floor. Let the feet relax, come back to your balasana. You can do your knees apart or knees together. It's really your choice. Again, feel what your body wants to do today. Let your forehead rest on the floor. Let your arms either be extended to feel the opening in the shoulders, or you can bring them down by your feet. Notice here how the left side and the right side differ, feel different. One more open, one not quite yet. We'll get to that. And slowly rolling ourselves up, coming back to your tabletop and then back to your downward facing. And once you're done with your downward facing, go ahead, look forward and walk your feet in close towards your top of your mat. Lengthen out through the spine here. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, bend your knees. Sit down into your squat. Hands in prayer, slowly rise up. Take a moment here. Keep drawing in through the belly. Keep lifting up through chest. And exhale, back to standing. Okay, I'm going to repeat that whole sequence on the other side. So when you're ready, bend the knees, sit the hips, hands in prayer, lift the rib cage and chest, shoulders back. Make sure you're sitting down strong. Take groundness into the feet, so really feel yourself stable and rooted through your feet. Exhale, hands to the floor, hips to the ceiling, forward fold. Let the head relax, soften here through the body. All right, with the inhale, walk the fingertips forward. This is important because we need to balance. So if you have the hands by your feet, it'll be harder to balance. Let's start with the fingertips forward. Bend the left knee. And we're gonna try to engage into that right quadricep so that the knee does not buckle, does not bend. Keep the right leg as engaged as possible. Lift through the chest and start to point that left toe up. So you start to feel a stretch in your left quad, maybe into your hip flexor, definitely into your standing leg, especially if the leg is straight, then you're feeling the stretch in the back of your right leg. As you exhale, see if you can kick up a little bit higher and then fold over your right leg. Now, at this point, when you fold, now you can bring your hands closer towards the foot. So on either sides of your right foot. Keep extending, keep lengthening, and maybe try to straighten out that left leg. This side's a lot harder for me. So maybe you'll find that this side hopefully is easier for you. So if the leg is straight, keep reaching the chest forward. Be mindful of the body here. Try not to buckle through that right knee because that's going to kind of bring you into this shape here. We don't want that shape. We want to keep extending up and over. And then slowly inhale, curl it in. And exhale, extend it out. Inhale, curl it in. Exhale, extend it out. Last one, inhale, curl it in. Exhale, extend it all the way out as far as it'll go. Really reach, lengthen, stretch, and go ahead, bend the right knee. Let the left foot come to the floor, coming to your lunge. Once you're down on your lunge, start to move forward, right knee over toes, back, right leg straight into a wide-legged pyramid. Try to keep the left hip down, right hip back. Forward and back. And again, if you want to use blocks underneath your hands, come to your fingertips or try your palms down. It's really up to you. If you find that moving into a posture or into a sequence is a little bit difficult, please use any props that you might think might make it easier or better for you. And try things that even I don't mention that you in your body may know works better for you. Let's do one more. And then with the exhale, let's hold the back. So hold the pyramid, the wide-legged pyramid. Keep your hands where they are as you lengthen the spine here. And then if you're ready, exhale, fold. So we're just reaching your chest and your rib cage over the right leg. Roll that right hip down, pull the right hip back, keep the toes pressing down towards the floor, and just soften your elbows. Steady your breath, pull in through your belly, hold here. And inhale, slowly slide the right knee forward. Bring the left knee to the floor this time. Take a moment to adjust. When you're ready, inhale and come up for your lunge. So if you want to start with your hands on your knee to kind of give you the lift, or you can go right into your lunge with your arms extended. However you decide to start, try to keep your rib cage lifted, your shoulders back, and your gaze forward. Your right foot needs to be grounded and rooted into the floor. So if you start to feel out of balance, make little adjustments so that you can feel balanced here and extend it. Now as you breathe, allow the chest to open, the rib cage to open, and maybe start to move a little back. And when I say a little back, I really mean a little back. So you're not going into anything deep here, but you're starting to feel that upwards and backwards movement. So rib cage, up, chest, up, chin, up, and gaze up. So it's more up than it is back. It ends up being back, but you're really moving in the upward direction, hips forward and down. And exhale, slowly hands to the floor. Once the fingertips touch the floor, go ahead and straighten that right leg again. Keep the toes pressed down, lengthen up through the spine. When you're ready, go ahead and fold. This time as you fold, you might be able to slide your hands or your fingertips forward past your toes, your right toes as you extend your body down. Keep your right hip back. Steady your breathing. Keep the belly drawn in. Calm, peaceful mind. And inhale, slowly lift halfway. Lengthen the spine here. Exhale, come forward. Release your left toes and bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Hold your lunge here. So just a little different way to lunge forward with the leg out to the side. You target a little different area of the hip. Keep your body pulling forward and down. Strong right leg and right shoulder or right arm are touching. For now, we're gonna go into the twist. So go ahead and bring your weight to your left hand, roll onto the pinky toe side of your right foot, right hand onto your right thigh, and twist around. You can look back over right shoulder, you can look up, try to drop that left hip down, feeling your stretch. Easy, steady breath. And again, just like we did in other previous postures, the inhale lengthens the spine, and the exhale brings us deeper into the space. And slowly coming back through to center, both hands on the floor again. Bring your weight forward, tucking the left toe under, straightening through that left leg. Take a few moments here to kind of find your lunge. Remember, you can do your high plank. You can hold your high plank, or you can hold your right knee. So you're gonna press your right knee against the back of your right arm, and then lift the foot up, hold there, or go into your plank. 1. Steady your breath. Push the floor away. 2. Engage your core. 3. Keep the right toe off the floor. 4. Keep engaging, almost there. And 5. Exhale, right leg back. Everybody meeting high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Relax the glutes and legs. Draw in through belly. Exhale, downward facing. And steady the breath here. Arrive into your posture. Settle in. Nice deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. We're gonna bring the knees back down to the floor for a little bit of a break. Again, you choose if you want your knees together or knees apart. Come to your balasana. One more deep breath. And then slowly lift up. We're gonna come into our downward facing puppy, so our down puppy. It's a little bit different than down dog. Walk your knees back so that you have room in front of you to extend your arms. From here, separate your knees about hip width. Relax your toes. Start to walk your hands forward as far as they will go, and reach your chest down so you can rest your forehead or the top of your head to the floor. So you can do the top of your head if this is allowed for you. Forehead or tip of your nose down. And then once you're down there, you can maybe make it a little bit stronger by coming to the fingertips. Steady the breath here. Keep drawing in through belly. If the fingertips is too hard, just keep your palms down. Kind of settle your elbows towards the floor and see if you can find a happy place here where you can maintain the posture. Steady your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, steady breathing. 5, exhale, bring the elbows down, roll yourself all the way down to the floor, coming to our Sphinx pose. So elbows directly underneath the shoulders, palms flat on the floor. Lengthen up through the chest, shoulders back. Hold here and breathe. Calm the mind. Peaceful and steady. Find one place to focus on with your gaze, or you can look towards the bridge of your nose. Keep your chest tall, shoulders back, lifted rib cage. Your pubic bone is grounded to the earth, but you relax through your glutes and you relax through your legs. Exhale, slowly lower down, make a little pillow for your head, come all the way down to the floor. Okay, good job. We're gonna roll ourselves back up to tabletop. So press into the hands, press into the knees, push yourself up. All right, so to go from this tabletop to our seated position, we're gonna try a jump through. So we're gonna break it down a little bit. Come into your downward facing dog. And then go ahead and take your right foot to the back of your left wrist. So just bring it close to that foot, the top of the foot on the floor. And then slide the other foot in. So you're in this kind of cross-legged push-up into your hands. And then slide one right leg through first, left leg slides through, butt is still lifted, and we sit down. So that is basically the breakdown of our jump throughs. This is how we move into jump throughs and we do our Ashtanga practice. Okay, so now we're seated. Let's go to Dandasana. Hands on either sides of the hips. Lift the chest, shoulders back, flex the toes towards your face, contract your quadriceps. Inhale here as you draw in through the belly. Exhale as you calm the body. This is staff pose, Dandasana position. Keep the steady breath. And then exhale, slowly slide your body forward. Maybe grab a hold of your toes or you can use your strap. Lengthen through your spine here. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Bringing your elbows down towards the floor. If you want to let your spine round a little bit here, it's okay. We've done a lot of stuff to keep the back flexible and supple, so let's let it relax here. Let the head relax, let the shoulders pull back. Keep drawing in through belly. Now inhale, lift up halfway. Just lift up halfway, keep holding onto the toes. Now see if you can get a tighter grip. Maybe your hands on either sides of your feet, or grab your ankles or grab your heels. A little tighter grip than whatever you had before. And then exhale, fold again. Need a little bit more work this time, using a little bit more arm strength. Keep the belly drawn in and try to surrender to whatever you find. Steady your breath. And slowly inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, and release the hands. Okay, so we're gonna lay all the way onto our backs. For our little legs up the wall, grab your block or grab your cushion. Lift your hips up. Place your cushion underneath your sacrum. Sun's coming into my eyes now. And then go ahead and lift your legs. Find your legs up the wall. And take a moment here to kind of almost come into a meditative type of posture. So with the legs up, you can gaze up towards your toes. They're right in the line of vision. You can close your eyes or you can gaze towards the bridge of your nose. Decide where your gaze fits for today. And then just start to scan through your body. What feels good here? What doesn't? And as we scan through and we find different things that arise, just like in our meditation practice, we avoid analyzing, right? So meditation is not about trying to resolve issues that come up. It's really more about observing the fact that issues come up and they dissolve. In the sense that our mind is always in a constant fluctuation of movement. So as you hold here, you might say, for example, I'm looking at my toes and I start to think, oh, my toes, I should probably cut my toenails. And, then you think, oh, but the salon is closed. I can't go get a pedicure. So your mind starts to move into this whole story of things just because you noticed your toes. But our meditation practice invites us to notice the toes for the toes. There are the toes. And breathe. Come back to your moment, your presence. Maybe you hear sound. And that doesn't take you into a framework or a story. Again, it's just a sound. The car outside my window. You allow the sound to enter your field of experience, just like you allowed your toes to enter your field of experience. And if you do start going off into stories, then we draw our awareness back to the breathing, back to this present moment. Same thing would happen if there's a sensation or a feeling. Oh, my back feels good right now. I like it when my back feels good, and you move into a big old story about how it feels great to have a strong, flexible back. Oh, maybe you just notice, oh, my back feels good. Come back to your breath. Allow each stimuli or each of these objects of meditation, the toe, the car rubbing, the back, to be part of your practice, not to start moving you away from the moment, but instead to keep you grounded. Hold a few more breaths here. And then with the next exhale, let's go ahead and begin to bend the knees, very slowly and mindfully lowering the feet down towards the floor. But we're going to do it so slowly because this sensation, this tingling sensation in the feet, start to kind of kick in as you start to lower the feet down, as you start to bring movement back to the lower limbs. So let the feet lower down slow. And once the feet are down, like the knees are bent fully and the feet are kind of hanging, just take a few moments there. And notice that feeling, that cold or hot feeling in your feet. See if you can use that as the object of your meditation here. And then let's slowly start to slide the feet down. So moving the knees away from the body, sliding the feet down towards the earth. Take your time. Once the feet come down to the floor, let the feet plant down. And we're going to go ahead and straighten the legs. So with the cushion or the block underneath you, it's a nice stretch for the fronts of the hips and the psoas. You can stay here with your arms down, or you can bring your arms over your head. I'm going to close my eyes just because the sun is right in my eyes, so it feels better to close them, but feel free to keep your eyes open and your awareness in the room. Keep your feet flexed, especially if this bothers your lower back. In any way, you want to keep your feet flexed because that helps you tuck your tailbone. If your feet feel okay, your lower back feels good, you might want to try pointing your toes, a little different stretch. You can do both. And then slowly exhale, release the arms down, bend the knees again, lift the hips this time, and let's remove the cushion out of the way as we come into our bridge. You can let your arms down by your sides as you extend through the hips. You can interlace your hands underneath your back, getting a little extra stretch of the shoulders, pressing up through the feet. Make sure the knees and feet are parallel to each other. Lift, 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 and exhale, let's lower down. Good. Once you come all the way down to the floor, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice tight hug, sway side to side. So we're going to go into some nice gentle twists. Bye, everybody. I'm going to close this a little bit because it is a lot of my face. Good. Okay, so let's start with our first twist. As the knees pull into the chest, let's go ahead and extend the right leg and keep the left leg pulled in. You can make that right leg fully straight. Maybe after all of those hip movements that we did today, you might be able to straighten it all the way, but keep that left knee hugged in. Let's open that left knee out to the left first, just for a little openness. Take the right arm out to the right, look to the right, keep the right side of your body heavy. Inhale, come back to center, switch your hands, and now let's go for a twist. So take that left knee all the way to the right, keep your left shoulder down on the floor, and rotate your body. Steady the breath. I'm gonna hold here just for about a minute. 60 seconds of rotation, feels good. If you want to go a little deeper, you're welcome to bend that bottom leg and kind of reach around, grab your foot. This will give you a little bit of a quad stretch on the right leg. So that's an option for you. Just keep pressing this left knee down towards the earth as you move the left shoulder down as well. You have options here. You can also straighten the left leg, hold on to the left foot, and kind of straighten that left leg. That's another option for you, a little deeper. Hold just for a few more breaths. Wherever you are, steady the breath. One more inhale. Slowly exhale. We're going to come out of this twist same way we went in. So we're going to bend the left leg first. If the left leg was straight, find your twist again. Then if you're holding on to that right foot, extend it out. Keep your twist. And then inhale, come back through to center. Hug the left knee into the body and open out one last time. Left knee to the left, look to the right, right arm extends. And slowly inhale, come back to center. Switch your legs, so maybe adjust your hips here. A little bit to the side so I have room. Bring your right knee into the chest, slide your left leg straight. Again, it may or may not go fully straight. You can point or flex with that left toe, hugging the right knee in towards the body. Hold here for a breath or two. And then you're gonna hold on to the right knee with your right hand. Left hand extends out to the left, and then open the right knee to the right, look to the left. Just a little openness here through the body. And inhale, coming back to center, switch your grip. So now hold the knee with your left hand and take your right knee up and over as you reach your right arm to the side. Find your twist here. And I like to kind of let the left elbow and right foot rest on the floor. Gives me a little bit of a place to sit onto. But if you want to have that leg lifted, you're welcome to do that as well. And then you can stay here the entire time, or you can try to bend that left leg, reach down, grab it with your right hand, find your quad stretch here, still keeping the right shoulder pressing towards the floor, twisting here, drawing that right knee up and over, find your rotation, make it your own. And lastly, if you wish, you can try to extend that right leg so you would reach down for the pinky toe side of the foot or the big toe, and then extend the right leg out. Now you're really finding a deeper twist and a lot of stuff going on with the legs as well. So you get a little bit more intensity. If this is too much, just go back to whatever felt better. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. And we're gonna make our way back out, same way that we went in, starting bending the right knee. Find your twist again. Extend the left leg, reach the right arm out. One more time, rotating your twist here. Maybe you find that you've been able to go a little deeper into it. And then inhale, coming back through the center, hugging the right knee in. And when you're ready, opening the right knee to the right, finding the openness of the body. And exhale, coming back. Good. Hug both knees into the chest one last time. Give yourself a little lower back massage by moving side to side, front and back, or in some nice circles. And when you're ready, find your Shavasana. So we get to take rest. Let the legs extend out, arms down by your sides, shoulders soften, palms facing up, feet flop out to the sides. As you prepare to take rest, close your eyes. Slow down your breathing. Take a swallow, let the tongue go limp in the back of your throat. Slowly and gently, we'll start to bring our awareness back to our breathing, to this body, into the space we are in. And start to reawaken the body by adding a little bit of movement to the fingers and the toes. A little bit of movement to the hands and the feet, the wrists, the ankles, the arms, and the legs. Shoulders roll in and roll out as the hips open out and pull in. And then bring the knees, bend the elbows. Let your knees rest together as your feet stay apart for our constructive resting pose, just for a few moments here. Feel any weight lifted off your body, completely calm and present. And as we exhale, maybe bringing the knees into the chest, blinking the eyes open if you want to let some light in. And then exhale, roll over onto your side. Take your time, pull yourself up, come to a comfortable seated position. So as we come to our comfortable seated posture, we just take a moment to ground ourselves one last time, setting up for our gratitude. Just bring your hands in prayer. And one of the things that I guess a mantra in a way that I carry with me is that exhale love and inhale gratitude. If we are able to, on a daily basis, give out love, send it out in our actions, in our behavior, in our thinking. And as we inhale, we bring in the sense of gratitude for our lives and wherever we may be at this moment. Then this is a day well spent, a day where we are exhaling love and inhaling gratitude. So with that in mind, we'll exhale some love, we'll inhale some gratitude as we prepare for Om. Namaste.